Hey, you guys, we are back to do Family Fiancé, honey, with the Kissin cousin. They actually is relatives. They actually is relatives. I don't care if you did a DNA and whatever, you is related. Child, this was a mess. Stay tuned for more.
We keep it real, expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the Kourtney family. We're about relationships and review, making it fun and just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Kourtney and Eddie.
I always put God first. What's going on, co-ed camp folks? How y'all doing tonight? Welcome back to another video of Kourtney and Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife right here.
And not your cousin. Kourtney, also known as Coco.
I don't
At
know.
least I hope not, child.
Birmingham is just so big. Who knows?
Ooh, child, please.
We go to a family reunion. We know people. Oh, man, that'd be.
That's why it's so important for you to know your family. But they knew they was cousins, though. That's make it worse.
You know, Kourtney? I said, yeah, it's my wife. You sure? Cause I know she's my auntie, sister, yada yada yada. I said, no, I did not know that. So you said I married my fourth cousin removed? They said we are related.
Was they removed?
They said third cousin. But anyway, I'm Ed, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife, right?
That.
I did.
Yes.
I'm so sleepy.
And this channel is about relationship reviews,
entertainment. It's all about famous rants and jokes. I know it's all pieced together right now. And tonight we're gonna be doing our first episode of the new season of Family of Fiancé. It was on hiatus for like 2-3 years.
I don't know. We normally do it, but yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. Just put it like this, it's been a while. So if you're brand new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And y'all, let's just get into it because it's so much to me to unpack. Now, Eddie is sleeping, but I was sleeping before I came on and took a nap. And really didn't feel like doing it because I was so sleepy, I had to wake up.
I didn't want to do it tomorrow.
No, well, I'm just saying.
I did not want to do it tomorrow. It's my day to relax.
But anyway, so let's get into it. James and Jamica.
JJ.
So it seems like they met at a funeral, and that's the way it happens, right? You realize that you have a relative. Oh, you my cousin, because that happened to me. Like I just recently went to my uncle's funeral, which is my dad's brother, funeral, and although I knew I had some cousins, but did I meet anybody new? No, but the ones I met, before I knew I had them as cousins. I'm sure we met at a funeral. For the most part. But then I found out, and then my cousin was like, girl, you know you got a sister? I was like, Lord, no, I didn't know. So she's supposed to be getting the information on that. I probably got a sister. Child.
You got a sister out there?
Yeah.
Oh, your dad was Rolling Stone. Daddy was a Rolling Stone.
You know, it's just two of us, so really a Rolling Stone. If it was another, it's just three.
How you know just two of y'all?
Well, heck, ain't nobody else said that.
Not yet.
Listen, but they had their opportunity when my dad died. Yeah. So it was I was looking to see.
Apparently, this person didn't say nothing.
They may not have came.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you could have more out there.
And you could too.
No.
Yes. He found out he had one.
He had one too. Oh, they was trying to put me on blast.
Yeah, that's what it was like too. So, you could have been like, who knows? It could have been with your sister.
Yeah, I found out.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, anyway, but let's get into it.
Then my niece, they sat down at the funeral.
They're so pretty.
They pretty girl.
They could have been, just say, for instance, you could have been at one point dating your nieces.
They pretty girls.
Yeah. So anyway, they met at a funeral. And first of all, let's talk about the matching mani-pedi.
Why guys do that now? What's the purpose of that?
I don't know. And they seem to be so comfortable with it. I don't know if it's metrosexual or.
Then again, we did get our ears pierced too, so.
Nah, but men didn't go that far to polish nails. You know what I'm saying? And then anyway, but I don't know. Y'all have to tell me. I don't know. So
I
I think after 2 months they moved in together. Their parents are cousins. Now you tell me, did y'all notice that the mama, which is
the woman, the fiance woman, the bride daughter. See the bride,
okay, tell them how they cousins, because I was like, this too much.
Okay, the bride. Okay, the groom grew up with
James.
James grew up with the bride's.
What Jamica's mom
Jamica's mom. They grew up together. So basically, James and Jamica's mom was friends
and
and
cousins.
cousins, and he decided to make. He started to date the daughter. So there's like a 12-year age difference between James and Jamica. He met her when he was 8. She was 18. I guess he was 30, but he didn't talk to her at the time.
That what they said.
And he said, he said no. She was chasing him, but he
But
said
she was
no.
18 though. Is that legal? Or is it 19?
18. I don't know. I think 18.
But
It depends on state.
she said that she wanted him per se.
Yeah, but he said no. I think he was married at the time too.
I'm like, why would an 18-year-old want a 30-year-old? Like, to me, it's daddy issues. It's a whole bunch of issues that, and stuff like that. But yeah, so they did all that or whatever. They met in 1999.
Then they circled back around. Something happened, and they met again. I guess
a cousin died again. Child, these funerals. And they are, and come to find out that I guess they knew at that time that they're third cousins.
Yeah, so
they said they did a DNA.
They ain't had no marker. I don't know what that is. What's a marker?
I guess no blood, nothing to show that they are related. I don't know, child. So yeah.
So, but the kicker.
Let me say this part. He's been married 3 times. And he's in the process of getting a divorce.
That's what I was about to say.
And it seems as though she is also still married.
And her marriage is still pending. Mm-hmm. She put in the paperwork for it, but it's still pending. I don't think he even put in the paperwork for it. Mm-hmm. They just separated it, and this is his 3rd time being married.
And they met. They only saw each other 3 times before they got engaged.
Yeah. So he moved in with her, and they stand together, and it's a big mess, man.
He got 6 kids. No, excuse me. She got 6 kids.
He has 2 kids,
but he has 3 that's not his. That I guess he said is his children.
Yeah. So
from previous marriages.
So she has 6 kids by the man she's with now.
The intro of their introduction was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack there. What gets me is that he was friends with the mom, then turn around and date the daughter.
But the mom looks so much young. Yeah. The mom looks so good.
Yeah, she does.
So much, even younger than in her own daughter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She looks refreshed. She looks like she does. But
she don't approve of what's going on. She don't approve of this.
And the daughter, to be honest, I'm a 12-year difference. She looked about as aged at him. Girl, these old men will take you down, child. And then all that stuff he got going on, girl, you better let that go, child. Because I do know that a lot of times the Family of Fiancé cast, they do be in our comment section. So, I'm sure that some of y'all could be watching this as well. But yeah.
Yeah, all we doing is giving our honest opinion. That's all we doing.
I'm sure they know what we doing.
I don't know. Some people, they get offended. I
can't have that. They should have went on
TV.
Yeah,
I'm saying you gotta understand, when you get on these shows, you open yourself up to criticism and critiquing.
Right.
So don't get offended if we say something out the way, because hey, you don't want to sign up for this show.
And you tipped your happy hips over here and press play. That's most of all. If you don't want to hear the criticism, don't walk over there and where the criticism at. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, let's move on. So, who all is coming? So, her mom, her daughter, and her best friend is coming. And that's when you was talking about him and the mom grew up together. So, on his side, he has his daughter and 2 of his friends that are coming. So when the folks get ready to come in, now the friend. Let me see. I wrote your name down. I may know how to pronounce it. Yumek,
yeah.
Yumek or something like that. So when the friend came in, he was like, "Oh, you cut your beard? Why?"
Now, you, Mick, and James, for them being friends the way they are real touchy
Yeah.
feely with one another. You know what I'm saying? And you know, maybe it's their friendship. I don't know, but
It
I never seen a friendship between men that touchy before.
right. He said that, so he touching on him and stuff like that or whatever, and he said in his confessional, you make, he said that he involves himself too much with that woman, which, just on hindsight looking at it, it seemed like you make was jealous of their relationship with this woman. Now, I mean jealous as far as, now it's awkward, they shouldn't be together, all the things, but just like, oh, he involved himself too much with that woman. It was just his tone of it.
Yeah, I didn't think of it like that, but you could be right. I would think the reason why you're saying it because he's seeing how he leaving his daughter out there, and he not spend time with his kids because he spent all the time with the fiance.
Right.
But I think you might be right. He spent a lot of time with the fiance. He's not spending enough time with his homies.
Right.
You know.
But let me say this, because I watched the whole thing and I was like, ugh. You make and James relationships, it seems very emotional and it seems intimate, but I'm not saying sexual. I'm not saying it. At first I maybe thought that maybe that was the case. But let me say this to be transparent and to be honest. I think we in the Black community, when two men embrace each other such as they did, and the way, and I'm gonna get into it, the way that both of them cried to each other, I think that we don't embrace that enough, and we automatically say that it's homosexual behavior, so to speak. And I think this is why men do not cry to each other, break down to each other, confide in each other in an emotional way, because of this stereotype. If it's not like, if it's not a homosexual relationship, even if it was, what I'm saying, as long as the parties, everybody know, that's fine. But if it's not a homosexual relationship and it's just a best friend relationship, because women will do it all day long and ain't nobody gonna be thinking, oh my God, they together. No, it's just the way that women are. But sometimes men don't get that same a grace or that same approval, so to speak, as to being that emotional, being able to, and I remember episode on Martin, and I know this is just funny, but Martin, when he got sick that time or whatever, and I think he wanted them to rub some what you call on his chest, and he was like, that's, and they were like, no, they was like, he said, that's the problem, that's the problem, men don't finesse, they don't know how to finesse each other no more, so it's like, I think that, hey, if it's truly platonic, I like the friendship. But yeah, you want to finish?
No, let me finish. I'll let you.
Go ahead, baby.
Good. Man, I didn't
Well,
rush
you
you.
still mumbling. You
I didn't rush you.
just
Golly, you had the whole soapbox for whole 5 minutes. I ain't said a word. Let you do what you gotta do. What I was about to say, I was gonna piggyback off what you just said. I think also I don't know about the other races, but I think it's in their race too. Men in general, when they cry to another man, it's a sign of weakness in our head. You know, we don't want to cry because it shows us being soft or shows us being weak. And as you know, and a lot of the fathers at the time, they don't want to see their sons crying like that. You know, because it's like, man, you crying, you soft, you weak. I don't want to raise a weak a boy. I don't want to raise a weak man. So you don't need to be crying. So and also when back in the day when we got punished or something like that, what's the old saying? You cry, I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
Yeah, that was all true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So most you suck it up because you don't want to give no spanking. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff is rooted in childhood. And now as men get older, yeah, we're not gonna, women, yeah, y'all say y'all love each other, oh girl, but men, we're not gonna do that because it feels like, and I'm not saying it's right, but what society got us brainwashed is that if we tell another man we love them, it's a sign of weakness, man. It's a sign of softness. And and you don't. Then also, women don't help the situation either, because some women don't want to see their man cry. Because I got a weak man, my man's soft. or something like that. So yeah, society has molded us into the point that we don't want to cry or tell our fellow brothers, man, I love you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'll hug on you. No, we're not gonna do that. That's weakness.
And this is so not what this is about, but this is what I pulled out of this whole thing, amongst other. But I was watching a movie today, and it was on Lifetime, and it was a like Mary J. Blige something, but it ain't had nothing to do
What
with
you
her.
want to do with the bad wig?
Yeah, whatever.
The wig.
But so anyway, in that movie, he was kind of keeping some information from his fiance or whatever, and he was having his own mental breakdown. And to the point where he was having panic attacks and all this stuff, whatever, because his brother was going through bipolar episodes, and he just didn't want to tell his fiance all the issues or whatever that he got going on before he married her. So she ended up finding out. But anyway, the thing is that he went to some kind of like therapy, like AAA or whatever, where a bunch of men sitting around and kind of talking about their feelings and what they got going on. And he broke down and just cried a little, just like what you said. And he was saying that men aren't allowed to be vulnerable or show their feelings and stuff. Like they'll just say that they need help or want to talk because his dad in his head saying, man up, men ain't supposed to cry, men ain't supposed to and all this stuff, whatever. So he's dealing with the voices of his dad in his head, but still trying to have, emotions and really and truly want to tap into his feelings and share with his fiance where he going through and just cry, you know what I'm saying? Because men need to cry and have emotions as well. And to me, women shouldn't say anything. I don't mind a man showing his feelings, being vulnerable. Now, if you crying every day, we need therapy. If you crying all the time, it's a problem. But yeah, you sharing your feelings and emotions, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. It's okay for a man to cry. It's okay for a man to share his emotions. But on the flip side of that, it's a time and a place for it. Me personally, I don't want to see a man crying all the time because you're in a role as head of your household. You got to be strong. You got to carry the burden of the family because that's what you bred for. That's who you are. That's what God put you on this planet for, to be a man, to be the head of the household. Now, you can't be the head of the household and every time I turn around, you in the corner crying. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, most men going to tell their son, man up, take it up, suck it up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but you have that right to have that moment, okay? That's all I'm saying. Doing it, like I said, if you do it, it's a borderline. If you do it too much, you got issues, man. But hey, you gotta let it out sometime. Let some tears come down your face. You want to go in the bathroom, like, man, ooh, do it, man. Yeah. Don't hold that stuff in.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say.
Rush my stuff.
No, baby, I really wasn't rushing your stuff.
When you were saying your stuff, I was like, all right, tell him, girl.
No, you were like this, rubbing your head. You were doing all the things and things. So yes, and I just ignored you. So yes, let's move on. So the folks are like I said, the folks coming in and all that stuff, whatever. And so her family is coming in, and so the family don't know that they said that they getting engaged and all that stuff, whatever. So it's a shocker for them. But the family do know that they kissing cousins.
First of all, the family don't know why they on the show either. Because they didn't tell them what the name of the show was. So I'm thinking, if somebody flying you, I'm assuming they're not from there, California.
Oh, they can lie.
What are they going to say? Ooh, you want some money?
No.
You got a vacation you going to
I go.
Oh, you trying to tease? Oh, okay. It's like that. Okay.
What you talking about?
No, you trying to tease.
I would tease you because you trying to get the word out. So yeah.
See how you do, man? Okay. Damn. Enemies all over the place. But go ahead.
So the daughter is upset that her mom is with her cousin, is dating her cousin. So yeah. So they sitting at the family dinner, and Jamica, the bride, tells them that they are engaged and they've been engaged since 2020. They be not dinner, but they sit the family down. They've been engaged since 2020, and the daughter said no.
Daughter say what?
She said no, like she didn't. The daughter was like, she's really and truly not approving of this. She said that like this that's going on is.
You didn't say it correctly. Like you said, she said no. What she saying no about?
Yeah, I just wrote that down. So on the next scene, you got James is sitting down with her family, and she is sitting down with his family. So in there they're asking questions like, "How far removed are you?"
Third cousin.
And they said that child just a bunch of.
How far can
But when they say remove, is it like so and so married so and so?
I just think
Because that's what I thought remove was.
I just think okay, you got first cousin, then after that everything's removed from the first cousin.
What?
That's what I'm saying. You got the first cousin, second cousin removed, third cousin removed, fourth cousin removed. That's the understanding I got from.
I know y'all gonna be telling us what it is.
I don't know, cause guess what? Doesn't matter to me, cause I don't do stuff like that. I'm kissing no cousin.
So I thought like remove, twice removed, meaning that I married.
Oh, okay,
Eddie.
like outside the family, like you,
yeah,
okay.
And because
like my side, okay, you married, okay.
Okay, so I married
confused.
you, right? Mm-hmm. And then your cousin is Janet.
So
but I'm her cousin because we married.
Yeah, okay.
And so
why y'all you say because I married into the family with?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. But they did say something about, but I think they're seeing more not removed though, because she was like, so your daddy so and so is her grandmama so and so. So I don't know, man. I'm not gonna twist my head, but I think that they could genetically be related, like
So basically, doing some backwoods,
right? And then like if somebody say, well, they not together no more, then that's removed, twice removed. So that's what I thought. But anyway, so let's move on. Whew. So
that's me a headache doing all that.
So the daughter said that she don't like the fact that she's talking to James, and she don't like the fact that you try too hard to be a daddy. Like I don't need you for that. He was like, well, I'm just thinking, and they are from the South because they do have a Southern accent. I don't know if you paid attention from that to that. So
please don't be from Alabama.
Please don't be from
Alabama. Please don't be from Alabama. Be from Mississippi.
Because they already say Alabamians marry their cousins, child, and that's something we don't do, especially not on purpose. And they doing it on purpose.
Please be in Georgia.
So she said she don't need no father figure, nothing like that or whatever. He has seems as though he has no relationship with his oldest daughter. To me, this is when it really gets down. Like James need extensive therapy. Extensive.
James seems like the dude when things get tough, he runs away. Okay, and he runs away. He runs far away, meaning he'll leave one relationship, move out of state to another relationship, then leave that relationship, go to another state, and be in that relationship. And once he does that, anything in the past, he basically kind of cuts off.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the daughter, his biological daughter, was so hurt because when he got with the other family, he is basically the way she's saying that he is basically like left out in the dust.
Mm-hmm. It seems as though when Jamica was talking to his family, his daughter was just saying that, just like what you said, like he doesn't have a good relationship with them because it seems like when he married, he attached his whole world to that family and the children and be the dad and all that stuff or whatever. So that's probably why he's trying to be Jamica's daughter dad, step in, but you ain't even being a dad to your own children. And it's because whatever, like
I guess for him to be dad to his own kids, it reminds him of the past. So what he does, he tries to like forget all that. I'm gonna start over brand new
because he don't have any ties, with no issues and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And that's a good point because with his own daughters, it requires therapy, accountability, conversations, sitting down. You know what I'm saying, getting to the root of this, and you did this and all that stuff. So let's see. And she also tells them that she had a child and they lost it. They had a child and they lost it.
Who's they?
James and Jamica, the cousins.
Yeah, the kissing cousin. Yeah, she got pregnant by James and lost the baby. And when she told, what's the daughter's name?
I think her name Kiana.
When Kiana heard it, it broke her, man. Because how can you have a baby with another person and you don't take take care of
Yes.
your own kids. Even though she's grown, but you can tell she has big daddy issues. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
has huge daddy issues,
Yeah.
and I think when she said when she was pregnant when she was 16 years old, and her dad wasn't there, and she was scared to death. And to me, that void of her dad not being there is still affecting her today. It's
Mm-hmm.
like abandonment. Like I was tossed to the side,
Mm-hmm.
and now you going on to newer and bigger and better things,
Mm-hmm.
and she feel like garbage, man.
Yeah. So let's move on. So they sit down at the dinner, and his daughter is still crying, like she's still devastated over the fact that y'all got pregnant, and didn't say anything to her or stuff like that. So her daughter, which her name is Lyrics, I think that is so
Yeah,
pretty.
lyrics. Yeah.
She said that she feels that her mom is fake. Like, I guess when they together, they have a good relationship, but when he come in the picture, it kind of shifts and it changes, and now she feel like her mom being fake when he's around. And so they was asking Lyrics, like, what's not Lyrics? They was asking, I think her name is Kiana, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Kiana or Kiana. They was asking her what was wrong and stuff like that or whatever, and she was just saying the fact that y'all had a child together, you didn't say nothing like, hey, I'm trying to have children. Hey, I'm finna, you ain't even communicate that with her. And she was crying, and they were trying to tell him, go over there and hug your daughter, touch her, da da da. And he feels like, nope, I do too much. I've done that in the past. I'm not doing it again. I'm not caving in. To the friend has to whisper in his ear and tell him what to do.
And he still didn't
He
do
still
it.
didn't do it. But
It's like this, man. I understand you saying I do a lot and I did this, I cave in 5, 6, 10, 20 times before. Why do I need to cave in again? And I think Tracy, the therapist, she said correctly. And I think she was right about it. You the parent.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You the parent, so sometimes you gotta cave in a lot to kind of make sure things okay, because you still got to look after these kids. I understand she's grown, but she's calling out for you. And sometimes you gotta swallow that pride, go over there, hug her, baby, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do better, and I know I messed up, I wasn't there for you. And just keep it moving. Yeah, so what? She's gonna cry again. But you the adult, you the parent, sometimes you gotta swallow your pride and you just let it be and be done with it and just go in and do what you gotta do as a parent.
So on the second day, they come in matching. We don't do that no more.
And she said that's what they do all the time. They do that
The
all the time.
matching polish, the matching polo shirt.
Hold on, you said we don't do it.
I said, don't nobody do that.
You tried to get me to do it first time we got married.
Oh, just because we were on our honeymoon and our shirts said something, but no nobody sit up there and match nothing like that. We don't do that. That's on an occasion that you having an anniversary or something like that. Not no everyday life.
I don't like doing it.
But you did it.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut, cause you don't love me.
I don't do that.
I'm
You
put
just
it on.
do it. You just do it, and I don't go through all them emotions, nor do I go through that. Right?
That's why I be thinking in my head.
Well, good. So, as they come in, they talk about Kiana crying, and the day before and how rough it was or whatever. And Eddie just kind of went ahead and talked about all of this and stuff, and just saying that he needs to take ownership.
Yeah, accountability, man.
Now, Jamica really and truly, it seems as though she seems to be a very smart, intelligent woman, that she noticed the areas in which her own fiance is lacking. I'm saying, why would you sit up there and get engaged to this grown man that you hadn't even known for real, and he got all of these issues and been married several times, and y'all still married, and you got all these kids, and I don't know how many baby daddies you got, and it's just like, why? And it's so much of toxicity and therapy that needs to be in place before y'all can even move forward, and not to get over the fact. Even Tracy was like, just remove the cousin part out the way, because it's so much other stuff.
Oh man, they are straight up broken, like a broken toy, man. It's like y'all got so many pieces y'all need to put back together, man. And before y'all get together, y'all got to put y'all pieces together on your own. Because, like you said, they need therapy, they need counseling, they need to get their divorces, they need legal help, they need it all, man, before they can go to the next step.
So, I'm sorry. So, Tracy wants them to talk to a trauma specialist. So, Dr. Black is a trauma specialist. As they sit down and talk, James and Jamica, along with her mom and their daughters, Lyric said that she feels like, which is Jamica's daughter, she said she feels as that this right here is, she don't like the dynamic of it, and she feels that when her mom get married, that it's gonna cause a distance between them. And she said this is affecting her mental health. She said, I'm trying to tell you that. I was telling you something about therapy, but you didn't catch on to it. But yes, I'm gonna need therapy after this, mother, ASAP.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just come out with it and you say, hey, mom, dad, I need therapy. I need to be therapized
That's
because
our word.
yeah, because she said she was depressed,
Yeah.
and sometimes you gotta slow down and pay attention to your kids
Yeah.
because sometimes they be screaming for help. You out there living your best life, and you're not paying attention to them. You're gonna miss them screaming for you or screaming for help. So
Especially when they're young.
yeah, especially when they're young. So yeah, I think what it is when what's his name, James, comes around, she's on cloud nine, so everything else around her doesn't matter. And her daughter's up there saying, Mama, I need help, you know what I'm saying? But she's not paying attention to that because she's all into James.
Mm. And as far as his daughter, she was saying that
she had to want an apology.
She
man.
said that they used to be real tight. Like they was really, really close, but when it seems as though he found another person and he just moved away, and she was pregnant and she needed her dad and all that stuff, whatever, and she just broke down and started crying. And as far as him and what he had to say, he was like, but I don't think that's right because your mama was there, and you, and really and truly for him, it seems as though he was like, listen, you don't give your mama no flack, and she was yada 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 whatever. But in that moment, James, it ain't about the mama. It's about you and her. I don't care what that mama did. She wants you. She wants your attention. She wants your love, and she wants your affection. Remove the mama out of it. And I think that's the problem, that sometimes, like James feel like he is being targeted, like he got to apologize all the time. But then other people, just remove them people out the way. How you know that her relationship with her mom is all that solid? She may have her own issues with her mom, you just not around. But right now it's between you and her. And I think that the daughter just wanted to be touched. You didn't even touch her. You didn't even say, like the physical wasn't even there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you felt like you would have get rejected, that baby was still, and I don't know how old she is, but she was still crying out for her daddy's attention, especially when y'all was close.
Yeah, some parents gotta understand, like you said it perfectly, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what the situation between her and the mom is, so you gotta remove the mom out of the situation and be more concerned between her and your relationship, because sometimes the daughters they are drawn to the fathers, you know what I'm saying? Dad's little girl. And when the dad ain't there, man, they feel lost, and especially when they don't have a good role model father figure to look up to, So now any man can step in and play that role, and
Right.
they get taken advantage of. So yeah,
Says somebody that has a daughter,
oh yeah, exactly. So
the only child.
yeah, so you have to, be around. You can't be like, oh, you didn't give her all that smoke. Why you give me the smoke? Oh man, that's actually immature in my opinion, man. It's like if you can't give it to me, if you can't give it to her, don't give it to me. Basically, that's what he's saying.
Yeah. But so Kiana, when he get up and walk away, and the therapist, she, going talk to him, but she talked to Kiana first. Kiana, and I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. But and she was just like,
Oh, she shut down.
yeah, she was just like, I'm over it. So anyway, she packs her stuff and she leave, and here come Yamik,
Oh.
the friend. Like, go out there and talk to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to, He said
You need to
you
do
just gotta
something.
say what they want you to
Right.
hear. You just gotta sometimes say what they want you to say right now.
Sometimes you just gotta be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Go out there and tell your daughter, I'm sorry, hug on and touch on her. No,
He ain't say all
yeah.
that.
I'm just saying, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
perspective. Go out there,
yeah,
hug her, put your arm around her and just, console your daughter. Just go out there and console her.
yeah.
And he really didn't want to do that until I was in the friend like, y'all, you
The
try.
friend, Yamika, something like
Yamika,
that.
yeah, until Yamika said
Not
something.
Yamika, I put no A sound like a girl. It's
Unique,
unique.
yeah,
Something like that.
Unique said something, and he finally went out there, but the damage was already done. She was
But
ready to go.
but listen, I still think she would have jumped out that car.
Yeah, if
This
he
is what
hugged,
he's
yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
Cause
I agree.
he was like, so you leaving? She was like, yeah, I just want to go home.
It was kind of half baked.
Yeah.
He didn't put a lot of effort into it, in my
He was
opinion.
like, well, everybody wants you to come back in.
That's where he made a mistake at. That's where he made his mistake.
Everybody wants you to come,
He
and
said,
they don't want you to go.
Right. He said, everybody. He said,
Right.
me. I want you to come back.
Yeah.
I want you to stay.
Yeah.
But he put it on everybody else.
Yeah.
So I think she picked up on that too. So.
And so she was like, well, I'm going. He was like, well, that's what you want. And he closed the door. I was like, man, that ain't how they were supposed to go down. But like, listen, I want you to get out the car and I want you to come back in. I'm going to grab your stuff. I love you. I'm so sorry. I hug, kiss it. And that girl would have probably just broke down, started crying or laughing. And you know what I'm saying? Dad, I just wanted, that's all she wanted. She didn't really want to go, but that's what she know to do. And I think somebody said she doing what you do, running, running. So James and Jamica, they talking, and after all of that, and she was like, well, this ain't how they were supposed to go. So she was like, you know what? I really think that we need to take some time and work on ourselves individually. I said, you think? First of all, the cousin part, that's a whole lot. And then all this stuff that y'all married and got kids.
I was about to say, y'all need to get
who thought this was a good idea?
Y'all need to get a divorce first, man. You gotta get the divorces, sell, work on yourself, and matter of fact, find other people to date.
Exactly. Jamica need to go with somebody because, like I said, I think she may have some daddy issues or something. Go with somebody that's in her own age. How many baby daddies she got? Like, let's unpack all of that. What if she got 6 baby daddies? So is it like, do she date older men? Is she looking for comfort in a man? It's so much deeper. It's so much deeper.
Don't be going over there to Sweet Tea little classes and stuff. Try to get you a sugar daddy.
So so I think Jamica stepped in and she was basically like, I bet she said, I don't care what you're gonna do, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on me. And I thought that was a great idea because it's so toxic. So they sit down with Tracy and basically say, Tracy said, it feels like as far as James, it feels like every time your daughter talks to you, you feel like she's dumping on you, like, I done it. She pointing the fingers at you, like you just feel like you got to react and respond because she's making you feel like damned, so to speak. And he was like, yeah, that's how I feel. But she said, that's basically not what she's saying. She's not saying that. She's basically just sharing her emotions and feelings with you. And she just wants basically a hug, a love, an apology, blah, 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 blah. And if you feel like I didn't give her that and did that, well, then go to therapy together because it's something deeper to the matter. Especially if y'all had a close relationship. Like, I wouldn't let that go. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, I feel like your daughter going to have your back more than these random children, random stepkids that you got.
Right.
You getting sleepy?
Oh man.
So but she noticed they didn't wear their rings, and so they said, yeah, they're gonna pause or whatever. So they go out there, the blessing ceremony, and they tell the family, listen, we apologize for all of this stuff and for the trauma, but we decided to pause the engagement and everything. So
yeah,
but they still living together.
That's what I was just saying, man. How you gonna pause something and y'all still stay in the same house? Mm-hmm. I guarantee. Now, if y'all, it don't make sense to me. If you're gonna pause, somebody need to move out.
Yeah, like unless y'all would get individual therapy and all that stuff, whatever. Because she was like, I'm gonna focus on me.
They need to move out.
I agree.
They need to move out. Somebody need to move out, and when they move out, Work on yourselves. When y'all get through work on yourselves, go find other people to date.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
I agree. Because her liking this man, she 18 and he 30, and you know, they get together. Well, I don't know how old he is now, but she looked by his age, honey, because baby, yeah. I'm not trying to be funny, but honey, you need to just let that go. Let that go. All right, you guys, that's all we got, honey. Y'all let us know that y'all watched it, what y'all think about it, honey. They came out the gate with a lot of so if they done came out the gate giving us this on the first episode, ain't no telling what they gonna do throughout. But that's all I got. What you got, baby? Anything you want to say? Don't forget to go with God and let God. You better go to sleep.
And I always put God first. Deuces.
Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
I always put God first. Deuces.
Deuces.
I was